Hi, my name is Chris Durhan. Welcome to another episode of Drinks from Eddie Muller's Noir Bar. Each week we take a chapter from the book Eddie Muller's Noir Bar, cocktails inspired by the World of Film Noir, and we discuss the film from that chapter and make the drink associated with that film and enjoy the drink. And we do this because I like drinking. So today we are going to the mysterious Far East, and we are going to look at the movie The Shanghai Gesture and the drink The Gin Sling. Now, The Shanghai Gesture was based on a play from 2000 it was based on a play from 1925. And in this play, it was set in a brothel, and it involved opium smoking and the slave trade and drug selling, and of course, being a brothel, it involved prostitution, none of which would have flown past the classic movie censors. So they changed this to a casino, and everything involves gambling because you couldn't even really hint at prostitution or drugs or anything like that. So for me, the film, I only saw it for the first time about 3 days ago. Personally, I wasn't super big on it because they were trying to, the director Josef von Sternberg was trying to create an aura of mystery, that something was going on in the background that couldn't be spoke of, and it couldn't be spoke of because of the production code. It really wasn't working for me. Is the film worth watching? Yeah, I think it is. The sets of the casino and the back rooms of the casino where most of the film takes place are just incredible. It was nominated for an Academy Award for Best Art Direction. So it's good to look at that way. It has a great cast, including Gene Tierney, who is absolutely gorgeous because Gene Tierney, and her co-star is Victor Mature, and Victor Mature is playing a character called Dr. Omar. So he wears a tunic and a fez, which is why I'm wearing the fez. My tunic is out at the dry cleaner, so I didn't get it back in time to do this video, but the fez is a tribute to Dr. Omar in this film. Rounding out the cast, you have Walter Houston as Gene Tierney's father, and a woman who I don't know that I'd ever seen in anything else. Her name is Ona, and I assume I'm pronouncing that right, Ona Munson, and she is playing the proprietress of the casino, and her name is Mother Gin Sling, which is the connection to the Gin Sling. Now, I'm going to talk more about her later, but there's also some character actors that pretty much everybody will recognize. There is Marcel Dalio, who plays the croupier, and he was the croupier in Casablanca. And so every time he spins the wheel and says no more bets in French and calls it out, it reminds you of Casablanca. And unfortunately, that's about where it stops, because Casablanca, there is so much witty banter and so many great characters, and this is all about characters with looks that are trying to imply mystery, and there you have it. It also has Maria Ospinskaya in a small and speaking role. The reason it's an unspeaking role is apparently she was supposed to be playing Asian, and her Russian accent was so thick that preview audiences just were laughing at it, so they basically cut out all her dialogue. The other one, it has Eric Blore as an accountant, and it also has Mike Mazurki. Now, Mike Mazurki is a very large actor. I'm sure you've seen him in other movies. In this movie, he has his head shaved. He has his shirt off for pretty much the entire movie. He's a coolie, is how he is built. He pulls a rickshaw. He's also wearing pretty heavy dark makeup to make him seem, less white. So if you're into dark-skinned, shirtless, And he also has his head shaved. I'm not sure whether I mentioned that. If you're into dark-skinned, shirtless, head-shaved Mike Mazurki, this is definitely the movie for you. If you're not into that, you might find yourself going, oh, Mike, hey, why don't you put your shirt back on and grow some hair? Anyway, I'm kind of in the middle on that one. The other big thing, and the best thing about this movie, is the way that Ona Munson was dressed up in this. And I'm not saying that I approve of yellow face and white actors playing Asian. That's not what I'm saying. But they shave her eyebrows. So it's a little bit reminiscent of Star Trek, the original series, when they were doing Klingons and Romulans. It's got that kind of vibe going on with it. And the best thing about it is her hair. They do these wigs where the hair is just totally sculptural. It's awesome. And if you find yourself struggling with the movie, just remember her hair is going to be coming back before too long. So her character name is Mother Gin Sling. In the movie, or in the play it was based on, her character name was Mother Goddamn, which obviously would not have flown either. So that's why they changed it to Mother Gin Sling, and that's why we're looking at the Gin Sling. Now, the Gin Sling is a drink which has vermouth in it. Now, I've never been a huge fan of vermouth, but I only recently found out that part of the problem may be of my own doing. So, it turns out vermouth has a very short shelf life. So once you open the bottle, you need to refrigerate it. Even when you refrigerate it, it only lasts about 2 months. So it may be that the reason I don't like vermouth is because of my own poor handling of the spirit. So, although it's not a spirit, it's more of a fortified wine. Anyway, so most of the time, Eddie Muller does not recommend a particular brand, but in this case, he says that Antica Vermouth de Chamois is, I think that's what it was, the type's a little small here, is recommended. So I found this. You'll notice it is a little airline bottle because this stuff, I don't know whether I'm necessarily going to like it, and you don't use a lot of these drinks. I don't necessarily want to go out and buy a $25 bottle of spirit that I may or may not drink much afterwards. So anyway, we're going to, this is a shaken drink, so we're going to get our handy shaker. We're going to put some ice in it. We're not going to use the thing. We're just going to. Okay, there we go. Now, so we have gin. The gin is some Bombay Sapphire that I had left over from, had about a half a bottle, actually about a quarter of a bottle left, so I moved it into a smaller container because I have a small bar. That's an ounce and a half. And then we do our sweet vermouth. And we're going to be doing an ounce of that from our little tiny bottle. And we need 3/4 of an ounce of fresh squeezed lemon juice. So we do. There we go. And it says dashes of Angostura bitters. Now dashes, I'm not sure, he didn't specify. Dashes means at least 2. I'm going to go with 3. So 1, 2, 3. And I'm going to put on my lid, give it a good shake. Okay, that's probably good enough. And let's see, let's take this off. And then you strain that into a Collins glass. I probably should have put some ice in first. So we will add some ice now. And probably should not be spilling drink all over my makeshift bar. And then we add club soda. So we're going to just top that off with the club soda. Maybe let the foam go down a little bit. And we're going to garnish with a lemon slice. And in this case, I think I'm going to just take the lemon slice and just put it on the side of the glass like that. So, from a back corner of Eddie Muller's Noir Bar, we have the Gin Sling. Now, this is the first time I've ever had this drink, and I'm not sure what I'm going to think about the vermouth, but we're going to give it a shot. So, that's kind of nice. I'm not sure what I'm getting. I'm getting obviously bubbles. And I'm getting some of the bitters. And I assume the other flavor I'm getting is a mix of the gin and the vermouth. It's actually pretty nice. I think this would make a good summer drink on when you're out on the back cabana with your fake Asians. I think this would be a good drink. So anyway, from a back booth in the corner of Eddie Muller's Noir Bar, we say cheers until next week.